Okay. So now to just sum it up, everything. Uh, the thing I described is pretty much how the silhouette works. But the same goes with another very important factor of silhouette system, which is at the same time a great system for wargaming. Not only for roleplay, but you can easily use those two for both purposes and it works perfectly. Here, in case of machines, let's look at Boris, my friend's machine, which is Spitting Cobra, which is heavy gear, and I mean heavy. It's a badass vehicle in this universe, and one of my favorites. System shock value is represented by structure level. Structural points and values are represented also by armor. It works the same way. You get as much structure points as your light damage armor value. Your heavy damage is double the light damage, and your overkill value is triple the light damage, or the structure points. If you manage to deal enough damage points to reach this number or exceed it, then you deal 1 damage and you take 1 point of the structure value. If you manage to deal this number or exceed it, you take 2 points of the structure value. Easy as that, guys. It's well, anyway, what's more, with every roll and every damage you make, you also roll on the system damage for the vehicle battle. Now, if you deal light damage, then you roll a d6. Check if you dealt damage to fire control, structure, crew, movement, auxiliary system, or anything like this. If you dealt heavy damage, then you use another tables or use the same, or rather choose approximate values listed here. So you can either destroy someone's weapon, you can breach someone's ammo storage and fuel tank, and vehicle can be vehicle can be badly damaged or even destroyed and crew killed. You can destroy its structure, making it less maneuverable, and because it's less maneuverable now, then that means it has lower chance to evade the upcoming attacks. Now, it's not the goal to just kill your enemy, but rather to damage it in a way so that the next round it'll be very, very easy to take down. So as you can see, every +1, every modifier you can get here, every little thing that gives you another score of margin of success, that gives you another damage multiplier value, is enough to actually help you breach another boundary listed here, even killing an enemy instantly. And it's very important, and it's very rewarding for your players, because even it's easy for you as a GM. You don't need to shuffle the core rulebook for everything you may need. It's all listed in those 2 tables. Okay, that's everything that you need. Those are most complex modifiers you can find in all the whole goddamn book. That's where the rules end, and it works perfectly because everything else is up to you as the GM. Okay, if your player like hides behind a huge rock with his robot and asks you, okay, so what that gives me? Well, that gives you +1 to defense. Okay. Okay, so I have like higher ground above my enemy while I attack him. What that gives me? Well, you have +1 to your attack value, and the +1 in from 1 to 6 span that you have on D6 is a lot. It's approximately 14% point something, which is close to 15%. That is a magical number, standing right in the middle, and it's enough to be really good modifier. And I'm interested why, how come those guys just managed to balance it out so easily, or was it just an accident, so to speak? Anyway, this system can be very deadly. It can be really down to ground dogs if you choose to play so, or really heroic system where you do where you run around with your robot or with your huge sword and chop enemies' heads with like single slice. It can be used for either tactical game or strictly storytelling based, where everything is based around narration. I don't know how to recommend you this system more. I just spent couple euros, or rather should I say bucks, on RPG drive-through. It was worth it. I remember playing Heavy Gear back in the day from a book imported from Canada, and I'm so goddamn shocked that I'm from Eastern Europe and I know the system that is so unknown in Northern America. I mean, wow, you guys have this company, little Canadian company that does really great job with their RPGs, with their works, with creating really great characteristic universes with their own a little bit monkish 80s style, you know, of artwork, with great dose of humor, with great dose of their own characteristic style. And I mean, Heavy Gear is absolutely amazing. I perhaps will do a video of introduction to this war-ravaged world where people do fight for resources over this planet called Terra Nova, and how great of a story that is, how much of politics there is, and how well, what kind of gameplay you can expect. And yeah, I really encourage you guys to check it out, because those guys from Doomford 9, I don't believe they anymore produce their RPG lines. The last time they released like Jovian Chronicles and Core Command or something. But Heavy Gear Roleplay was pretty much left behind because of a lack of audience that never ever heard about it. I'm asking my friends, did they ever heard about such thing as Heavy Gear? No, they didn't. And on my Polish language only channel, I'm making a podcast about playing this game, podcast from our sessions, where we have a blast playing this. And I guarantee you, most of people there that we play with never heard of Heavy Gear, and yet they are having a great fun, and everyone thinks it's really great system to even forge your own either sci-fi or strictly fantasy settings with rule sets that you can have listed on this table. Every modifier you need ever is on this or that tactical table, whatever is your playstyle. I really encourage you guys to just check it out. It's really worth it's really worth it. The core books are full of tremendous artwork. A huge amount of the book is about the world and the political aspects and about the stories and really great great explanation of how this most original world works. Okay, it's not one of those generic types or just license based on some existing stuff that some major company did and then they just took up. No, it's all made by them. It all has its characteristic taste. So yeah, I just strongly recommend you guys to check it out. It's a great game, it's great fun, and it's really the easiest system I've played so far, without losing its complexity and without sacrificing like reasoning and commitment to playing with your head for sake of simplicity in rules. Quite opposite. So that's my recommendation. Those short clips is everything you need to know to play this game. Actually, is hold the silhouette system in one small chunk. That's how it works. I feel it's great. I think it doesn't need huge supplements other than those committed strictly to story and universe, which most of supplements to Heavy Gear were about the world only, because they don't need any other additional rules if everything works just alright. So that's my recommendation for you for today. I hope to come up with more soon. I hope to make a review of the world, make a brief introduction to the size of conflict, and perhaps encourage some Heavy Gear fans or Heavy Gear and Dreampod 9 representatives out there to do something with the great one of the greatest RPGs I've played, and one of the least known RPGs I've played, unfortunately. That's my recommendation. See you around, guys. Have fun, and well, try it out. It's really worth.